Ontario is reporting a record high of 1,388 new COVID-19 cases today and 15 new deaths due to the virus. Health Minister Christine Elliott says 520 cases are in Toronto, 395 in Peel Region and 100 in York Region. Elliott says there are also 72 new cases in Halton Region and 50 in Niagara. The province says it has conducted 29,125 tests since the last daily report. It's also reported 159 new COVID-19 cases related to schools, including at least 103 among students. Those bring the number of schools with the reported case to 601 out of Ontario's 4,828 publicly funded schools. Today marks the 45th anniversary of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald. The ship was carrying iron ore to Detroit on November 10, 1975 when a storm hit, sinking it to the bottom of Lake Superior near the twin Sault Ste. Marie's, killing all 29 crewmen. A church in Detroit commemorated the event via a live stream service. The memorial service at Mariners Church rang its brotherhood bell 29 times for each of the crewmen. The annual service normally attracts many visitors, but social distancing requirements due to COVID-19 means not as many people can attend in person. The ship, which remains 160 meters beneath the surface of Lake Superior, was immortalized in the Gordon Lightfoot ballad, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. On the eve of Remembrance Day, the federal Liberal government is moving ahead with plans to provide emergency assistance to veterans organizations battered by the COVID-19 pandemic. The government first set aside $20 million for veterans groups that provide services to former military personnel in the COVID-19 relief bill passed by Parliament last month. Organizations such as the Royal Canadian Legion have been asking for federal assistance for months, saying the pandemic has hit their finances hard and forced branches across Canada to close. The government says the Legion will receive $14 million to help it weather the pandemic, with the remaining $6 million divided between a number of other groups. Algoma Public Health is providing some clarification with regard to public events and crowd sizes during COVID-19. Provincial guidelines currently allow up to 10 people for private indoor gatherings and 25 for outdoor gatherings. However, some questions have come up about some upcoming indoor events allowing well beyond that limit. The Canadian Bush Plain Heritage Centre is hosting a series of weekend events showcasing local vendors. Promotional material shows a maximum capacity of 150 people at a time, while also outlining COVID-19 related safety protocols to be observed, including social distancing and contact tracing. Christy Harper, Program Manager of Community Wellness at APH, says the Canadian Bush Plain Heritage Centre is subject to different capacity limits and requirements. She compares the centre to grocery and hardware stores, where capacity is considerably higher, which allows for social distancing despite crowd sizes. Daniel LaPrade is up next with your local weather right after this.
Good evening and welcome back. Happy Tuesday. It is November the 10th. Hope everybody has had a great day. And yes, the warm weather that we broke records on Sunday and Monday, well, that's gone. It's been changed now. We're going to start the downward trend. The rain has moved in, and by Friday we might see some snow in there. So yes, it's going to be a mess. Well, it was nice while it lasted. Everybody liked me for a little while. So let's take a look at the radar. We do have a low pressure system that is over top of us right now. We do have rain that's moved in. Well, we're going to have high winds coming in this evening and overnight as well. This, as it pushes, it's going to push its way through. Now, the temperature is actually dropping during the day and actually rising at night. So the temperature is actually going to rise again overnight and then drop again in the afternoon tomorrow. So we're actually seeing like a reverse pattern here. It is going to be windy for the next few days, and we will see another big low coming in on Friday as well. So we do have some active weather coming our way, so let's get to it. So let's look at what our camera looks like. And yes, this is a shot of Precious Blood Cathedral right in the center there in Queen Street of our downtown here in Sault Ste. Marie. And as it's been most of the day, cloudy and rain, wind picking up here and there. Our camera's brought to you by wirelesscom.ca. You can check their website out for all their services like cameras as you see here, or telecommunications. All right, so we are looking at our expected highs for today: 1 degree in Thunder Bay and all the way up to 15 in Timmins, 6 in Wawa there, 9 here in the Sioux, 14 in Elliott Lake, and 18 in Sudbury. Quite the drastic change here too, and you're expecting 15 centimeters of snow tonight in Thunder Bay with a low of -4. 3 in Wawa, 5 in Timmins and the Sioux, and then 7 in Elliott Lake, as well as 11 in Sudbury, which is the hot spot. So quite a different area or comparison in area here. We're looking at -4 to +11. So that's quite the range. Normally we don't see that, but we are going to see this pattern move through it as Sudbury is going to enjoy a bit of the heat overnight. Okay, so as I mentioned tonight, we are going to get into a mess. We're going to see continuing rain, 20 to 30 millimeters. Winds will become west, 50 kilometers gusting to 70 near midnight. So if you have anything outside loose, tie it down or put it away. Temperature will rise to 10 by the morning before it starts to drop back down. Wednesday, as you see there, we will continue to see rain and showers. The temperature will then drop as we get into the afternoon. Winds will continue west, 50 kilometers gusting to 70, and then they will turn to southwest in the afternoon and drop to about 30. Temperature will fall to +2 by the end of the afternoon, and that will stay at 2 overnight on Wednesday. So that is quite the shift in temperature back and forth. We will see things clear up overnight on Wednesday, though. 2 degrees rather, and cloudy periods. Thursday we will see a mix of sun and cloud, 10 degrees, and we're going to only see a low of 4 on Thursday night. So Thursday is our calm day. We get a break in between, and then things pick back up on Friday here. We see a mix of sun and cloud, and then it turns into a 60% chance of flurries or rain showers. And then overnight we will see cloudy periods with a 40% chance of flurries, and we're looking at a low of -2 on Friday. So it could very well turn into some snow depending on the elevation or where you're at. Continuing on, we'll see a break, mix of sun and cloud on Saturday, and then rains back on Sunday and Monday. And we'll be up to 4 degrees on Tuesday with overcast. And then our overnight lows, yes, they are staying cool now. We're not going to see any double digits here. We're going to get below 0, -2 on Friday. Then we'll creep back up and hover around the freezing mark, 1 degree on Monday and Tuesday night next week. And here's our Weather Watcher photo, and it is from our very own Bruce Clement, and it is a morning sunrise. So thank you very much for sending that in. That's picture perfect. ontvweather@gmail.com is where you send your photos and videos if you have them, weather related, and we will put them up on the show, on the newscast here, and as well as SiouxOnline.com, which pushes it to our social media channels, so your photo gets seen all over the place. So make sure you do send them in. And while you're on SiouxOnline.com, you can check out all the stories that we present to you throughout the day and on the newscast, as well as the weather. It's all there for you. And you can find our social media links where you can find our Facebook page, YouTube, Twitter. You can subscribe to YouTube. You can view everything on demand there. I will be back with Chris and Colette in the morning. Mike will be back after this break. Have a great night.
Another COVID-19 case has been uncovered by Algoma Public Health, bringing the total for the district to 56. APH says the latest case acquired the virus through close contact with an infected person and is now self-isolating. Citizens are reminded of the importance of hand washing, social distancing, and mask wearing to guarding against infection and stopping the spread of COVID-19. Algoma Public Health notifies all close contacts directly. If you're not contacted by APH, you are not considered to be a close contact. This latest case comes a day after the health unit reported 8 new cases in one report. More than 20 First Nations across Ontario are taking part in a new project aimed at improving the drinking water standard in their communities. The project is funded by the federal government and administered by the Ontario First Nations Technical Services Corporation. The Indigenous-led corporation says it will provide on-site training to operators of water treatment facilities located in the 22 participating First Nations, with a goal of breaking the cycle of First Nations having to wait for critical failure of their water treatment facilities to get the resources they need. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is the first international leader to have personally congratulated Joe Biden on being elected U.S. president. The phone call took place even as Donald Trump refuses to concede, making unfounded allegations of electoral fraud. Trudeau had already issued a statement congratulating Biden, who will be sworn in as president on January 20th. Trudeau and Biden discussed a variety of topics, including COVID-19, climate change, the need to fight anti-black racism, and China's detention of two Canadians, Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor. The statement also says Trudeau raised several issues that have challenged the Canada-U.S. relationship, including the softwood lumber dispute, U.S. protectionism, and the Keystone XL pipeline, which Biden has suggested he wants cancelled. Terry Fox is among a group of notable Canadians shortlisted to appear on the new $5 bill. Fox is among the 8 names the Bank of Canada has sent to the government as it considers who should be featured on the banknote when it gets a redesign next year. The bank has received more than 600 eligible names from nearly 45,000 Canadians. Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland will make a decision early next year about who should adorn the new bill. The bank says the current $5 bill will still circulate for some time and that the image of Sir Wilfrid Laurier will be featured on one of the country's higher value notes when they are redesigned.
Get down.
What street is this? Bogart? Okay, let's go help on the other side.
A civil liberties group is heading to court to force the release of a long-delayed watchdog report on its complaint about alleged RCMP surveillance of anti-oil protesters. The British Columbia Civil Liberties Association says the Mounties have been sitting on the report for more than 3 years, and the group is now asking the federal court to order its disclosure. The move comes after the Mounties missed a November 7th deadline set by RCMP Commissioner Brenda Lucki to finalize the National Police Force's input into the document. The Civil Liberties Association's notice of application seeks an order declaring the extensive and unconscionable delay of the report has interfered with the association's ability to speak about important public matters, breaching its charter right of free expression. It also asked the court to order Lucki to respond to the interim report within 14 days.